everyone. Welcome back to the Adoption Squad. We are your hosts. I am Mary.
And I'm Annie.
And today we're going to do a little bit of a holiday favorites type of episode, a little end of the year episode where we talk about some of our favorite things about the holidays.
Adoption or otherwise.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
And just kind of try to end the year on a positive note. And we had a little pregame and we're still unclear about what we're doing, but it's part of our charm, isn't it?
Right. Well, no, we know we're doing holiday favorites, Mary.
We know that part.
We're doing that. It's just what direction are we going?
Right.
That's always the question.
So hopefully you have a cocoa or an eggnog or a hot toddy with you and you're remotely interested in what we have to say. But so we were actually raised in different decades. And so this should be interesting because I don't know what you're going to say. And you have no idea really what I'm going to say. So
that's true. Yeah.
Kind of made a list of a couple of categories of holiday favorites and maybe how they related to our growing up and maybe even our present lives. So I'm going to go ahead with the first category.
You do that.
Okay. So Annie, how about your holiday favorite song or songs or musicians? Because to me, it's so hard to pick a favorite song or even a favorite musical group or musical
act. Totally impossible for me. Anything done by Frank Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald, Judy Garland. Love it all. Even the modern. Oh, I love so much of the modern stuff. Wham's, Christmas music, Mariah Carey. I love it all. But today, my new favorite song is Joy to the World. And I'll make this brief. But I'm doing laundry and I hear my doorbell ring and I run upstairs because I hear like a whole commotion. And I open my door and there are 20 people on my lawn and my driveway is jammed with cars. And I survey the field. I don't know any of these people.
So and
I actually I was on my way upstairs anyways to plug in the Christmas lights. And they look at me, I look at them, and they're like, we think we might have the wrong house. I'm like, okay, so who are you looking for? And they name some names. And I'm like, oh, yeah, these are the people who lived there 5.5 years ago before I bought this house. And all of us just started cracking up hugely. Like that, what a mess up. I'm like, listen, I love to sing. What do you got? So they gave me a choice between two Christmas carols, and I'm like, Joy to the World. Let's do that. We all need more joy. So they sang that while I plugged in my Christmas lights. So now, and it was just gorgeous. Like, it was beautifully sung, and these people just seemed so happy to be there. Oh, and one of them said, I guess we need to update the church address book.
That's hysterical.
I heard them mutter that in the background. Oh, I guess it's time to update the church address book. But I actually, they sang that. I plugged in the Christmas lights. I went inside and I started sobbing because I'm like, oh my God, that was just so beautiful to have all these people on my front lawn. Mm-hmm. Yes, it was a mistake, but it actually wasn't because they made me so happy. So that Joy to the World is now my first favorite song.
That's great. And, the fact that the other people they were trying to come to carol to.
Oh, yeah.
They missed out completely when they
oh my gosh,
give
they
a
did.
birding address. So.
Right.
They're wrong.
There's the lesson. Always update your info.
Absolutely. Always update people.
Yeah. So what's yours, Mary? What's your, there's so much out there.
There's so much out there. I would say today we did a couple of things around the house and I found myself listening to a lot of the crooners. You mentioned Frank Sinatra. Well, I love Frank Sinatra as well. And Dean Martin, who is actually my secondary fantasy biological father, I'm
Oh,
somehow
so
drawn to
so
him.
Sonny takes a back seat. No, wait. Sonny's first. Dean
Sonny
Martin's
Bono's
second.
first, yes,
Okay.
and then Dean Martin second. Even though
Oh,
I think
fantasy father.
we're a little more alike in the fact that I love to sing that way, even though I'm not remotely good at it.
Oh, I want to hear you sing sometime.
Sometimes,
I really do.
not today. But he also has this very different humor, and
Mm-hmm.
I like
Yep.
his variety shows. And for some reason, I am very attracted to variety shows, the way things used to be.
Oh my gosh, we love those.
So I found
Love.
myself watching an episode of Dean
Mm.
Martin with the Sinatra family
Oh,
Christmas
what?
special from, I want to say it was 1965. I don't
Oh my
like
gosh.
someone to fact check me right now, but I don't. However, it appears that Dean Martin did one of these things every year, and he did Thanksgiving specials, and
Oh
I just
man.
found those things just very entertaining. And then,
Oh, loved those.
oh, and he would bring in at the end, he always did a giant charity event for
Yes.
different hospitals and brought in some of his famous friends to do those announcements. But so I definitely enjoy the classics, but like you said, I like some of the more modern stuff too. Like, um, I guess, Do They Know It's Christmas is always a favorite
Oh
for me.
yeah.
Going John Lennon,
Mm-hmm.
um, you know, The War Is Over, Happy Christmas. I love that. Every time I hear it, it kind of makes me a little sad, but it's still a very good message. And I like
Well,
things like that.
yeah, I do think so many Christmas carols have a melancholy about them.
Mhm.
That it is a mixed bag. We are here in winter. It's depressing.
Right,
Yes, Christ child was born. That's one of the holidays that are celebrated. That's one of the events.
right.
But it was a very humble beginning. So, there is a melancholy to all of it.
Yeah.
There's a
And
celebration and a melancholy, just like, I don't know,
well,
adoption. We
we are,
won't go there tonight, but we're just trying to just talk about holidays.
right. So we are two people who actually celebrate Christmas. Um, we definitely do recognize all of the holidays as
Absolutely.
well.
Absolutely.
I will say though, on a more fun note, though, there are a couple of songs that I like that are kind of off the beaten path that are more
Oh,
comical.
please.
One would be Run DMC's Christmas in Hollis.
Okay.
Gotta
Okay.
hear it.
Yep. I get
Gotta
it.
hear it.
I hear you. I know it. Yes.
There are a couple songs by the Dropkick Murphys.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
A little Irish for you. And then the Pogues, of
The
course.
Pogues. Christmas in New York.
I
Is
have,
that what it
yes,
is?
I have to
Love
hear that
that.
every year. Although
Love it.
maybe don't listen to John Bon Jovi's version of that was recently released. I don't know. I wasn't happy. I
Oh,
hope that
what
doesn't
happened to it? Oh.
break anyone's heart or anything.
Well, no. I mean, the Pogues version is
It
so good.
yes,
How could you listen to anything else?
exactly.
Uh,
Although Bon Jovi, you are a national treasure, but
absolutely, but
you don't need that song. Okay. How about
okay.
category 2? What would be your favorite holiday tradition? Something that you have to do every year?
It's very kind of you to ask me first because I am wordy, so cut me off whenever.
Okay.
My favorite holiday tradition, just decorating,
Okay.
getting the house ready. I mean, with this COVID situation, I'm not having people over. I decorated anyways, and I just love doing that. I've gotten it down to a science too, which satisfies me even more. I like that whole organizational aspect of like, no, I have the living room box and I have the dining room box and now I have, but this year I upgraded the outdoor lights and decorations, and that makes me even more happy because I want people to drive by and just get a smile on their face by seeing Christmas lights. So,
Yeah.
or holiday lights, whatever. It's just fun to see that people are decorating and are still celebrating no matter what. So I just like decorating. I guess that's my short story.
I feel like we need that right now.
Absolutely.
And I saw your decorations earlier because I saw something.
I'm sorry I didn't have them plugged in, though.
No, that's okay. It was in the middle of the day, and
Yeah.
but I agree. I would think that my answer is about the same. I like the tradition of, first of all, if you've listened to previous episodes, I like to wait till after my December birthday.
Yeah, your birthday. Yep.
To do anything Christmas. And so once that day happens, I'm all for it. And we have these string of bells that put up.
Nice.
And so right outside my front door, I can turn those on and they play Christmas carols. And they're just,
Oh my God. Are those from the 70s?
they are.
Because I remember those.
Yes, they're a vintage set. I found them at a thrift store years ago.
Oh my God. And they play
They
da
do.
da 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 da.
Everything. Yep, there's probably about 12 different songs, and so we string those up right outside the door. And so when people go past, they get to hear.
Oh, I love those.
So
I
I like
remember
to-
those.
Yeah, I like to look outside and see who's walking past and who's singing and who's pointing, and we have some inflatables out there for the kids.
Yeah.
We're kind of ridiculous, but it's just
Oh, I'm going to have to drive by because
yeah.
when you just said you're ridiculous, that means I need to drive by.
We don't go overboard, but we have a few inflatables like giant Santa and a giant Nutcracker guy. There's let's see, there's a Yoda.
Oh, shite. Really?
Well, because for a while, every
I
year
love Yoda Christmas.
there's a new Star Wars
Yes.
movie coming out.
Mhm.
We love Star Wars, and just that's about it. But it's just kind of fun, and so the neighborhood kids like to come by. And this year, one of our
that's so
Santas
nice.
doesn't want to completely inflate, so my better half put a growler, like an alcohol growler next to him,
Yeah.
like because he's laying back, and the kids went crazy over that.
That's
They
so
thought that was
funny.
hysterical. I don't know if you can see it from the street, but it's just fun. So I agree.
Just decorating. Well, I'm going to briefly say two traditions. Adopted family. I remember, okay, it's time to get into the attics. And they were really crawl spaces. And it was a whole family event pulling this stuff out. It was dusty, nasty, and they'd send us kids in to get this stuff out. We'd pull out these boxes. But it was always like kind of magical. And then a tradition that my biological mom had was always to give me a Santa Claus decoration.
So is that your favorite decoration from years past? Because that's my next category.
Favorite decoration. No, you answer this first. You answer it first. What's your favorite decoration?
Well, currently it would be my bulldog Christmas tree.
What?
I know. It's about a little over a foot tall. It's ceramic, and it has all these painted bulldogs all over it. It's adorable, and maybe I will include this photo in our
please do
gallery. But it's so cute. I paid a boatload of money for it years ago, but because most of my animals in my adult life have been bulldog breeds, I got this